15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. The Jaguars at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Herbert. It's caught left side, Bolden. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they...
And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 42 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Seminole back home in Florida. It's Dalvin Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop. This defense for the Jags, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
27 yards there, a first down. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On second down, Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
Here we go, here we go.
He'll look to throw.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And the Jaguars are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. After the turnover, here's Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
Yeah, boy, that was something to watch, wasn't it? How about the way these guys came out here in the first quarter? They really put their stamp on this game early with their play calls, and they certainly look good so far.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Jags are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already, 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
They'll run with ETN.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Herbert going to keep it on the sneak.
And he'll get it. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Jaguars are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here's Herbert. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Stop made there by Brian Asamoah.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver